We're going to show the procedure for attaching a core tube adapter to the SDI Vibe Core. The core tube adapter has a groove and a clamp that goes around it, and the procedure really is to get the clamp tight so that the clamp is on straight. This one is an example of the clamp being on crooked. If it's offset this way, then you're not really grabbing the surfaces right, and what happens is the adapter is offset and it could come loose on you. So when we go to attach this adapter, we want to make sure that it's centered in the hole, and we can attach the adapter around that. And really what you're trying to do is line these two surfaces. So if I hold it up nice and snug when it's aligned, I can bring the nut and washer assembly over and tighten it up by hand, and add a little bit of snug it with the wrench. You don't want to snug it too much because once it's tight, it'll hold on. Now we want to take our hammer and tap around the outside of the stainless steel clamp. That helps to center it and put it down onto the adapter more, and we can tighten it some more. So once you've done that a little bit and it's on fairly well, what we're trying to do is get it to the right torque. So we've set the torque wrench for 120 inch-pounds or 10 foot-pounds, and we can tighten it up to about that level. First time around, you don't have to reach that level. Just go ahead and tighten up some more. Tap the clamp in. It should stay nice and aligned. And we'll tighten it up now to the clicker clicks. There it clicks. So that's 120 inch-pounds. So now we want to align it so that the hole and the castle nut are right in the right aligned so you can put a cotter pin through. So this time I'm going to try to get it lined up. A little tiny adjustment there won't hurt. And the cotter pin should go through. I've got to adjust it just a little bit more to get that hole to line up. And the cotter pin goes through. Take our pliers and spread it. Spread the cotter pin out a little bit so it can't come out. And that should be a good tight adjustment. Sometimes if you find out that the cotter pin has gone through the nut too high so that it's not within the castle area, so it won't really stop the cotter pin, the castle nut from coming undone, then what you want to do is take it back apart. I'll go ahead and do it now. We'll go ahead and take it off. And what you want to do is add some more washers under the castle nut, so that'll bring the castle nut up a little bit. I'll see if I can add one more washer and still get it. The hole the cotter pin goes through is drilled through this threaded area. It's a little harder to see right now, but that's what we're trying to put through. So now we put the castle nut back on. Snug it up a little bit just to hold it there so don't knock it loose with the torque wrench. And we'll tighten it up again. Just starting to click. Yeah, that's about it. So now what I've got to do is to get the too tight. Now what I've got to do is get the cotter pin through, and I've added an extra washer here, so I may not quite get it. We'll see. And I've got the cotter pin, so you have lots of cotter pins in your toolkit. But that's the procedure. So we've set the torque wrench for 120 inch-pounds or 10 foot-pounds. The 120 is probably the lower number. You want to at least get to that. 180 is the very upper limit that you'd want to talk it to, and those are inch-pounds. Okay.